When a narcissist realizes you're gone forever. Silent revenge and karma activation. Have you ever wondered what truly happens when a narcissist realizes you're gone for good? Not when you threaten to leave. Not when you say you're done but still reply to their messages. I mean the moment you disappear completely, silently, without a single word. That's when the illusion collapses. That's when the narcissist, who always believed they had control over you, finally faces their greatest fear. And in that silence, a storm begins. You see, this video isn't for everyone. It's for the ones who have walked through fire. For those who have cried behind closed doors, questioned their worth, and finally decided to rise. If you're here, it means your soul is ready to break the chain. Subscribe now to join the Chosen One's awakening, and turn on the bell so you never miss the truth they tried to keep hidden. Now breathe, because what you're about to hear may shatter the lies you believed for too long. This is not just a story. This is the beginning of your silent revenge and your final liberation. When the narcissist realizes you're gone. At first, they pretend not to care. They act like your absence is meaningless, like they've already moved on, like you never mattered. But it's all a performance. A mask. Because behind the scenes, the narcissist is unraveling. You were their supply, their mirror, the one who fed their ego, even through conflict, pain, and confusion. And now you've gone quiet. No messages, no reactions, no presence. For the narcissist, this is the ultimate loss. Silence is not peace for them. It's panic. Why? Because without your energy, without your validation, they begin to feel what they've spent their entire life running from, the void inside. They don't know how to sit in silence. They don't know how to feel emptiness. They only know how to control, manipulate, and consume. And when that no longer works, they crumble. Have you ever watched someone fall apart without showing a single tear? That's what happens when the narcissist realizes you're not coming back. Have you ever gone completely silent with a narcissist? What happened next? The narcissists panic behind the mask. They may post photos with new people, share quotes about freedom, or even flaunt a sudden glow-up. But it's all a facade. Inside, they're spiraling. The narcissist's greatest fear isn't your anger. It's your indifference. When you stop reacting, they lose their grip. No more control. No more supply. They're left alone with the very emptiness they've always tried to escape. They might reach out with messages that seem caring or nostalgic. But remember, it's not about missing you. It's about missing the control they had over you. Have you ever received a sudden message from a narcissist after going silent? How did you respond? When silence becomes your power. Fizaho-zaha. You used to explain. You used to defend yourself. You used to fight for clarity, for closure, for understanding. Not anymore. Now your silence speaks louder than words. And for the narcissist, that silence is unbearable. It represents one thing, the end of control. They replay every message you didn't answer. They check your last scene, scroll your social media, search for signs that you're still emotionally hooked. And when they find nothing, they panic. This is the beginning of their internal collapse. They never imagined you would become untouchable. They thought you'd always come back because they counted on your empathy, your hope, your pain. But now your silence is a wall they can't break. And it's driving them into a quiet rage. What made you finally choose silence over explanation? Was there a breaking point? The obsession begins. The narcissist doesn't let go easily. Not because they love you, but because they can't accept losing control. Your silence becomes a mirror. It reflects everything they've worked so hard to hide from. The truth of who they are, the emptiness they carry, the lies they told. And when you don't respond, their mind starts racing. They begin imagining scenarios. Are you with someone else? Have you finally healed? Are you truly over them? Obsession takes root. They might stalk your profiles, ask mutual friends about you, even create fake accounts just to feel close to your world again. But here's the truth. They don't miss you. They miss the power they had over you. The version of you that doubted yourself, explained yourself, tried to fix things that were never your fault. Now that version is gone. Have you noticed how the narcissist becomes more desperate when you stop playing the game? Karma always comes back. At first, it might not be visible, but slowly karma begins to unfold. People around them start to see through their charm. Relationships they used to control begin to fall apart. Opportunities vanish. The lies no longer work. And the narcissist, once the center of attention, starts to lose their grip on everything. They may blame others, play the victim, claim they're being misunderstood. But deep down they know, this is the echo of what they've done to you and to others. It's not punishment, it's reflection. And while they spiral, you rise. You find clarity. You rebuild. You stop doubting your worth. The same silence that drives them into obsession becomes the foundation of your freedom. Have you ever witnessed the narcissist face the consequences of their actions? What did it look like? If this message is resonating with your journey, you can help us reach more chosen ones like you. Support this channel with a super thanks or consider becoming a channel member. Your contribution allows us to keep creating powerful healing content just like this. Together, we are transforming pain into power. When their mask finally breaks. You've seen the charm. The perfect words. The illusion of someone who seemed to know exactly what you needed. But all of that was the mask. And now it's cracking. The narcissist built their identity on your reactions, on your pain, on the constant dance of manipulation and confusion. So when you stop dancing, they lose their role. They become desperate. At first, they try kindness, false apologies, sudden affection, empty promises of change. They say everything they think you want to hear. But when that doesn't work, the mask drops. You see the anger, the blame, the twisted attempts to make you feel guilty for choosing peace over chaos. They might call you cold, accuse you of being heartless, tell you no one will love you like they did. But you've heard it all before, and this time it doesn't touch you. Because you've seen the truth behind the performance, the insecurity, the dependency, the fear. You realize they never loved you as a person. They loved the reflection of themselves they saw in your devotion. And now that the reflection is gone, so is their sense of identity. Have you ever witnessed the narcissist shift from love to rage the moment they lose control? What did it teach you about their true nature? The return of the narcissist, a final attempt. They said they were done. They made it look like they had moved on. But now they're back. And not because they've changed. The return of the narcissist is never about healing. It's about reclaiming power. It often begins with subtle messages. Something vague, harmless on the surface. They might bring up an old memory or ask how you've been. If you respond, even once, it confirms what they feared, that the door is still open, and they will flood it with everything they've got. Suddenly, they're saying things they never said before. They claim they've grown, that they finally understand your pain, that they miss you like no one else ever could. But the truth? It's still all about them. They miss the control, the access, the power to pull you back just when you were starting to feel free. And if sweet words don't work, the strategy changes. They might guilt you, threaten to hurt themselves, accuse you of being selfish, or use anger and blame to provoke a reaction. Because any reaction, even a negative one, is still proof that they matter to you. But you're not the same person anymore. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to explain why peace feels better than pain. This time, you don't open the door. You don't answer the message. You don't feed the illusion. And that silence becomes your greatest act of power. Have you ever experienced the narcissist trying to come back after losing you? How did you protect your peace? The void? They cannot escape. What happens when nothing works? When the messages go unanswered? When the games no longer pull you back? Silence becomes a mirror they can't shatter. And in that mirror, they are forced to face something they've avoided their whole life: the void. Without your reactions, they begin to disintegrate. They don't just feel rejected, they feel erased. Because so much of their identity was built on your energy. And now, there's nothing. They try to replace you, they look for new supply. But something has changed, not in them, but in you. You no longer emit the frequency of desperation. You no longer chase validation. You no longer attract manipulation. And that is what truly destroys them. Because what they truly fear is not being hated, not being blocked, not even being exposed. What they fear is your indifference. They fear becoming invisible in your world, irrelevant in your mind, powerless in your presence. They fear the silence that surrounds them now, the same silence they used as a weapon against you. Only this time, it's not a tactic, it's their reality. Have you felt the shift in your energy once you stopped giving the narcissist your attention? What changed in your life when you chose peace? The final door closes. No, you didn't just survive a narcissist. You outgrew them. You broke the cycle. You reclaimed your voice, your peace, your light. And now, you stand in a space they can't follow. Because real healing isn't loud, it's quiet, it's intentional. And it's final. You no longer need closure from the person who caused the wound. Because your healing has already closed the door. They might still watch you from a distance. They might still hope for a crack in your silence. But you've made a decision. You choose freedom. You choose forward. You choose you. If this message speaks to your heart, write in the comments, "I choose freedom." Download your free healing PDF now to strengthen your boundaries and protect your energy. You'll find the link in the description. And if you're ready to go deeper, subscribe now and turn on the bell. More truth is coming. This is your time. No more loops. No more waiting. No more going back. Your silence is no longer survival. It's sovereignty.